Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So it's Kimberly here once more. So today is story time. Okay, so why I haven't been posting in those 8 months, and why I just started posting again. So here it is. Okay, so pretty much I've been going through a lot. I have really bad depression and anxiety. I don't really know, there's this I've been through so much my entire life. It's crazy how much I've been through. I've moved so many times because of it. I've moved so many times because of it. I've been to so many different high schools. It's just crazy to realize that why is it happening to me? I never did nothing wrong or nothing, but I've been going through going by the saying, oh, everything happens for a reason. That's what I've been telling myself, and that's, I think, how I got through my life and how the things I've been through. I am crying, but yeah, don't worry about that. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna start from the beginning. So I want to start before I was even born. So my birth mom and my birth dad met, and pretty much they're drug addicts, in and out of prison. A lot of people say, oh, I'm gonna follow my mom's footprints. I'm gonna go be a drug addict. I'm gonna be smoking cigarettes like she did. I'm gonna be in and out of prison like she was. I don't really listen to those kind of people because I love my mom. I have nothing against her because everybody does things stupid. She's not a person that's gonna change, pretty much, for the better. So, yeah. And, yeah, so, and they happen to have my older sister. When they had my older sister, they did some stuff to her, neglected her, whatever. And CPS, Child Protective Services, took her away. And they wanted a kid to keep. So, they decided to have me 2 years later. So they had me 2 years later. They were still in and out of prison. They were still doing drugs. So they did drugs. My mom did drugs when I was in her stomach still. So when she was still pregnant with me, she was still doing drugs. So pretty much doctors are like, oh, if you start doing drugs, you're going to get addicted a lot faster because it's already in your system. So I was like, great. So I haven't really been doing drugs or nothing. I've smoked once, I guess. Once or twice, maybe. I don't know. But that was when I was 13. So after that, I was born and they got a divorce before I was, I think a month before I was born. So I was going between houses and houses with them. It got to a point where I moved in with my grandma, which was my mom's mom, because she didn't do drugs, she didn't do none of that. But she died. So I moved in back with my mom, and she neglected me. She locked me in a restaurant with no food, no water, and she met a new guy. When she met that new guy, she never really got married to him yet, so she had my brother. After she had my brother, she knew she needed to marry this person. So they got married, and he didn't do nothing to help me. So they also put my brother, the child they had together, in the restroom with me. So we both had no water, no food, nothing. So, and we weren't learning nothing because babies are learning how to develop and everything like that. So, I don't know. I think they did something. I don't exactly know what they did, but they did something, and I'm so tired. But they did something, and the cops were called. And the cops searched through the whole house and saw us in the restroom, pretty much, and took us away. So I was about 1, I think, when they took me away, and Bryce at the moment. So I was Kimberly at the moment, and that was Bryce. So I'm not gonna tell his part. I'm just gonna tell my part. If he wants to tell y'all, he will tell y'all. If he wants a YouTube channel, but I've had a YouTube channel for quite a while, so yeah. Anyways, so that happened. So we bounced from we went to one foster home. They didn't want my brother. So, because he wasn't potty trained or whatever. But again, I wasn't potty trained. I don't know what 9-month-old is potty trained. Like, comment down below if you're a mom and your child is potty trained at 9 months. Let me know. Like, I want to meet the child. Like, they're talented. But anyways, moving on. So they didn't want him, so CPS got involved again and took both of us to a different foster home. So that foster home taught us sort of how to talk, how to potty train. They never gave up on us. So we were there for 2 years, I think, maybe 2 years or so, and then we met this amazing family. Well, Thomas met this, his name's Thomas now, but his name at the moment was Bryce. So he met that amazing family. They started having visits. He loved Nemo, and he would always say my name, Kim. So that was his favorite 2 words, Kim and Nemo. So they got him a lot of stuff and all that, and I was happy for him. He found a forever home, and I was happy. Again, I didn't know what that meant at the time, because again, I was just a baby, so I didn't know what was happening. I know what was happening now, realizing it. So, growing up. So, when that happened, so yeah, when that happened, I was just like, okay, whatever. He found a family. They adopted him. So, and he would not stop saying Nemo and Kim. So they wanted to know why he kept saying Kim. So they got sick of it at a point where, so that family wanted a boy and a girl. They already had a boy, their personal child, which was a boy. But that boy wanted a brother and sister, but they knew deep down they couldn't have any more kids. So they went for adoption. So they got a boy first. And then when they called CPS, noticed that, told them that that's his sister, they're like, I want to adopt her now. So then they could keep us together. So pretty much we're half siblings. So they adopted us. They changed our names. I got my name from Kimberly to Kim. And then he got his name from Bryce to Thomas. So we were there for 11 years. They adopted me at 4, and adopted Thomas at 3. Yeah, so me at 4 and him at 3. So we were there for about 11 years, 10 and a half, 11 years, maybe. So they adopted us. They were neglecting us, I guess. So pretty much they were abusing us. They didn't start abusing us until we got into like until like 3 years later after they adopted us. They started abusing us. So pretty much they were abusing us, and that was just that. They didn't know what to do and nothing. They didn't really know how to take care of an adopted child, cause so they just did what they wanted. Pretty much, that's just what went down. We traveled a lot with them. We did a lot with them. We kept going to Disney World with them. We kept going to the Netherlands with them, to Houston with them. It got to a point where we moved to Houston. We moved to Houston and just was like, okay, whatever. So that was a big move, from the Netherlands to Houston. And when we moved from the Netherlands to Houston, we started visiting the Netherlands every break we had from school. If it was 4 days or longer, we would go. So pretty much we would go for Thanksgiving break, Christmas, spring break, summer, and any other kind of days we have. So we would go there a lot. So we pretty much lived in 2 places at once. Pretty much that's what it went down. So I was here, yeah, blah blah blah. So my dad found a job over here, and he quit that job 2 years later and started making his own business. So he has 3 of his own businesses, pretty much. And then my mom made a business. If y'all don't know, like, I don't know what my dad really did, but my mom did work at Paint Until You Faint. She came up with that, and she sold it in 2016. In September of 2016. So, and she moved to the Netherlands in 2016 in October. My dad lied to me and everything about it. He's like, oh, she'll be back in 2 weeks. She'll be back in 2 weeks. Okay. Glad to know. But they were like, it got really bad where CPS kept coming in and out with cases, like cases back to back, investigations back to back. But they never decided to take us away or nothing. It's really bad where pretty much we got locked into our rooms. My brother's room had a passcode on it, so like an alarm system. So if you opened it, it started beeping really loud, and it wouldn't stop beeping unless you typed in the password. And then mine had like a lock thing, like, you know, you screw one in the one hole and then the other, and then it's like a hook. You know those hooks? Yeah. Anyways, so I did that. I had that on my door, and his room had a bathroom connected, and mine didn't. I had to walk to my bathroom. So pretty much, my mom and my dad had their own restroom. I had my own restroom, and then the 2 brothers had their own restroom. The 2 brothers shared one, pretty much. So that happened, and when that happened, I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on, but I looked through my window and got into the house because I had to use the restroom. I'm a girl, so after they saw that happen, they're like, okay, we can't help this girl. So they just took the locks down off my room and everything. And yeah, pretty much that's what went down with the locks. And yeah. So stay tuned for part 2. Part 2 will be coming out pretty soon. So stay tuned for part 2 for story time. So, yeah. Bye.